recipient of the Regional Emmy for Best Newscast. This is KWWL News at 6.
No surprise, of course, tonight we are under another severe weather alert at this hour as we prepare for a dangerously cold week ahead. And right now we're looking at the Skycam there at the Iowa River Landing in Coralville in Johnson County. Bitterly cold temperatures out there, and it's going to get worse. And good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Steele.
And I'm Abby Turpin. Thank you for joining us. Now here's how it looks out right now on this cold Tuesday evening. A view on US 151 North. As you can see, snow is still on the ground and plows are still out there hard at work.
So with that in mind, let's go back to the Forecast Center right now to Storm Track 7 Chief Meteorologist Mark Schnackenberg. And when you're talking about all-time record lows, you got my attention, okay?
Yeah, because nobody's experienced, anybody that's been around here, and not maybe farther to the north, but just been around here, nobody's experienced this kind of cold potentially as we get into tomorrow night. We got to get through tonight, which is going to be record-breaking for tonight, and then there's some wind, and then during the day tomorrow it's dangerously cold, exposed skin, extremities. Frostbite in 5-10 minutes, so use caution as you get out and about if you have to. Wind chill warning remains in effect for tonight, tomorrow night, and into the morning hours here on Thursday. Temperatures right now are anywhere from 2 below in Washington to as cold as 13 below in Decorah. And then you factor in the wind that's blowing some of the snow around out there in the open country. Use caution. Some of the roads are slick still. Look at the wind chill numbers, anywhere from 25 to 42 below zero at this hour. Wind chills by morning will be in the 50s to about 60 degrees below zero. Temperatures remain brutally cold here through tomorrow and tomorrow night. And then after that, a warm-up with temperatures above normal as we head into the upcoming weekend. The Storm Track 7 forecast in just a bit.
Hey, Marky, thank you very much. And talk about a rarity. It's too cold even for the United States Postal Service, suspending delivery tomorrow due to these bone-chilling temperatures.
That's right. Delivery operations are suspended now for Iowa, Minnesota, western Wisconsin, and western Illinois. This means that there will be no mail pickup from businesses or collection boxes. Additionally, there will be no residential or commercial package pickup services as well. And we also know that retail operations will be limited.
And the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls has canceled classes for both tomorrow and again on Thursday. Now, this comes after many viewers emailed in about an email sent out by the UNI provost addressing the college's weather policy overall. It reads in part, "This week and next are reminding us we live in Iowa and we do get cold, snowy weather." That came after some students say they were concerned about the university not canceling classes during cold and snowy weather. UNI Provost says the postpone or cancellation decision isn't perfect, and there are times when the benefit of hindsight would have allowed for a perhaps different decision. Now, UNI, along with Iowa and Iowa State, all canceling classes for tomorrow, and UNI again on Thursday. You can always get the latest on school closings, delays, weather updates on our website, KWWL.com right now.
With these well below freezing temperatures, area utility and heating companies are very busy as they prepare to respond to any emergency. Storm Track 7 reporter Ashley Neighbor is speaking to Alliant Energy and Novak Heating and Cooling today, and she is now live from our Cedar Rapids newsroom with much more. Ashley.
Well, Abby, 26 below zero. That is the temperature low before wind chill on Wednesday. Now, the concern is really going to be about equipment breakdowns. Alliant and Novak Energy tells me things like meters and furnaces are really just built to withstand temperatures around 10 below zero. Wednesday, eastern Iowa will be colder than Antarctica.
This is a different level of cold.
Putting extra stress on snow-covered equipment, says Alliant Energy.
We've seen all the blowing and drifting, so you got big piles of snow in places that we haven't seen them in a long time. It's a big time to remind folks, you need to clear your gas meter of snow and ice, and you need to clear the vents on the side of your house where your furnace and water heater vent out.
Clear the pipes carefully as to not crack them. Power outages or furnace breakdowns in these temperatures are big emergencies, and Alliant says their crews are ready. It's also all hands on deck at Novak Heating and Cooling, where they're dedicating themselves to responding to emergencies.
Right now, we're just trying to keep up with people that lose their heat altogether. That's kind of the most critical thing right now. Some of the other stuff we're putting off.
Both companies say checking your furnace filters, making sure exhausts and venting systems are clear of snow are a must. So what's the ideal temperature to set your thermostat? Well, they say it depends on your insulation.
Even though maybe the middle of the house is set at 60 degrees, with it being as cold as it is, if it's not well insulated, the edges and those outer walls where you might have water pipes could be below freezing.
The concern is also on carbon monoxide. They recommend getting a sensor today.
If you have gas appliances like a stove or oven, don't use those to try and supplement heating. They can create carbon monoxide, which can be a very dangerous situation.
Now, we also talked about ways to avoid a dramatic spike in your heating bill. Alliant says their budget billing system can help average out how much you pay each month. Now, HAYCAP also has heating assistance programs for people who live below the poverty line, and that can help offset some of those heating costs. Live in the Cedar Rapids newsroom, Ashley Neighbor, News 7 KWWL.
Ashley, thank you. A lot of good advice there. Now, as they said, taking your thermostat off its program and keeping it at one consistent temperature will help it run more efficiently.
And of course, along with keeping your house warm, being reminded tonight to protect those water meters and pipes, as Justin Foss of Alliant reminded everyone just a moment ago. The City of Cedar Rapids Water Division wants to remind residents that below zero temperatures can actually freeze water pipes and even the meters, advising customers to follow these steps. Open your cabinet doors under the sink, help that circulate the warm air near your pipes, and then leave a very thin stream of water running from the tap furthest from your water meter when temperatures drop below 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So also make sure your outside exhaust vents are clear of snow and ice.
Well, how you travel around the city might affect your plans tomorrow. Due to the extreme cold temperatures, Met Transit in Waterloo is canceling bus routes for tomorrow. A decision about resuming services will be made on Thursday. This comes after many reports predicting the temperature for Wednesday's high will be negative 17 degrees. And the cold weather is forcing some businesses to cancel operations. The Waterloo Library is closing Wednesday and opening now on Thursday. However, we do know the Cedar Rapids Public Library downtown is going to accommodate individuals who need a warm place to be by opening their doors early tomorrow. The library will open at 8 a.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, and they plan to serve coffee, hot chocolate, and pastries.
You know, I guess it's safe to say we're all used to cold weather right here in eastern Iowa. Nothing like this. We are about to experience record-breaking cold across the region.
Meteorologist Denise Pelster has more now on how to dress yourself in this dangerous situation.
Wind chills are forecast to be dropping to near 60 below zero Tuesday night. We have not experienced this type of cold for more than 20 years. Needless to say, precautions need to be made if you must spend time outdoors. The most important step is to dress in layers. Layers help create air pockets. These air pockets allow for the best insulation and helps maintain body temperature. Your base layer should be a moisture-wicking material. Cotton should be avoided since its natural fibers absorb moisture. When you start to sweat, that cotton base layer can't wick the moisture away. Instead, it gets trapped and can result in making you chilled. Another loose layer will be needed to keep your core warm before your exterior layer. Your outerwear should be waterproof and, so important here in Iowa, windproof. Getting wet is extremely dangerous. Be sure your extremities, such as ears, fingers, and toes, are covered. During extreme cold, your body chooses to heat your core and limit blood flow to your extremities and the skin's surface. These are the areas that are most likely to experience frostbite first. Mittens are better than gloves as they allow body heat to circulate. Face masks should be worn, a warm hat to cover your ears, and goggles to protect your face. Every inch of skin must be covered.
And this is how you should look when you're properly dressed for the frigid cold. In Waterloo, I'm meteorologist Denise Pelster, News 7 KWWL.
All right, Denise, thank you. And she is ready.
Are we sure that was Denise? I couldn't tell if it was.
Hard to tell.
Okay.
And it does bear repeating once again. Remember to use caution and limit exposure to the elements during this extreme cold.
Well, coming up here tonight live on News 7 KWWL, we're going to hear some area drivers on what it's like to be a long-haul truck driver during wind and weather like this.
And also how one organization is making sure people are being fed and taken care of during this Arctic blast.